Mr. Kirby, why do you think your artwork is so popular?
My artwork is popular because it connects with the ordinary person and they can understand it very easily.
Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comics. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. All I do is post pictures of my art, and that's about it. I don't even post that often. I post maybe once or twice a week. So, also, if you would like, you can take a look at the Marvel data page that I have, the links that I've posted down there if you'd like to know more about the story that I'm going to share with you, because I'm going to kind of skip a lot. I have been covering, so we're going to cover Captain America 209 through 214. We're actually going to go all the way to 214. Normally I do 4 issues, and in this case I decided I didn't want to just leave the last 2 issues. So this is from 1977. So I figured after I've covered Jack Kirby's run in Captain America, and I normally just cover it in 4-issue installments. But in this case, there's 6 issues left, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the entire 6 issues. I don't really. So when you listen to me, I kind of narrate a little bit of the story and kind of give you a play-by-play of everything that's going on. But I have to tell you the truth. So when I bought this, even though I'm using a digital version, I have the trade paperback. My daughter works at a bookstore, and I picked it up. I tried reading it. It just is not my cup of tea. And so we're going to do what I've done with all the other ones. We are going to just show you the art. Comic books is a visual medium. So, as I have shared in the others, but hey, this could be your first video and you haven't seen the other ones. But if you would like to see the other ones, I have his entire Captain America run up until now available. You can search him. Jack Kirby is not my most favorite artist. I am not uber interested in his work. With that said, I will always tell people that art is subjective. Just because I don't like a particular artist does not mean that you shouldn't like them. By all means, you can enjoy Jack Kirby, and I know a lot of people do, so that's what these videos are for. Just some people may not have seen his Captain America run, and that's essentially what I'm doing without telling you kind of what the story is about, because I haven't read it. I actually, like I said, I tried to. I'm not a big fan of the big bulky black, how he does it. I guess there's other artists, for example Frank Miller. I should say early and mid Frank Miller. Late period Frank Miller is absolutely not a artist that I like, but early and mid Frank Miller absolutely are. His era in the 1980s with Dark Knight Returns, and then when he did Sin City, are absolutely some of my favorite works. So the spotting of blacks isn't necessarily my issues. It's just the overall way that he puts in the drawings. A lot of times, to me, and again, this is just my opinion, I don't need to get ratioed. I get it. Some people love his work, and that's fine. Like I said, you can love it. But to me, his work looks so stiff. And it's kind of weird because he's also given the dynamics. Like, you can look at how he portrays, and he's showing action and stuff like that, but everyone just looks so stiff. And then here's another example. I mean, he's and I know he didn't ink it himself, but the pencil line in there. I mean, it's just too much black, and it just um I don't know. But to me the characters look stiff. I can appreciate and his contributions, and I say that over and over. I can appreciate his contributions without me, you know, and at the same time say, it just doesn't work for me. I love a lot of artists that have been inspired by Jack Kirby. Walter Simonson is one of my absolute favorites. I have his Thor run that I've been covering from the very beginning. After his Thor run, I'm gonna do uh, probably his Fantastic Four run. I won't be doing X Factor yet because I am doing the classic X-Men, so I'm trying to get some things in order. I'm trying not to skip ahead, but I'll definitely be covering his X Factor run. So, so I love Walter Simonson, and Walter Simonson, to me, is a very is just a better version. Um, and again, that's to me. It's all subjective. But like I said, a lot of people do love Jack Kirby. They really do. So if you love him, continue to love him. And this is for the people who have never seen his Captain America run. So I have them here so they can see his entire Captain America run, which I believe was in issue 192. So, and after this, I will have covered all of them. And then I have a couple of trades that include a lot of stuff from him. I've covered also a few of his Fantastic Four. I covered the wedding of Reed and Susan. I also covered the first appearance of Doctor Doom. I'll probably cover the Fantastic Four. Haven't covered it yet, but the Fantastic Four introduction of the Inhumans, then Galactus, and then and Galactus is with the Silver Surfer, and then the Black Panther. So, and like I said, you take a look at how he composes and how he shows everything, and it's pretty cool. It's just his art style is just not for me. Um, like I said, I got these because they were super cheap, and I always said, well, everyone should have a little Kirby. And so this is my little Kirby that I have. I have um, his Fantastic Four. Those are superb stories between him and Jack Kirby. I have the superpowers. I also have covered the superpowers that he did with DC. So check those out if you would like. I've already made a video of those. And then I also have his oh goodness gracious, his Fourth World stuff, his New Gods trades. So I know Tom Scioli has a channel dedicated to the New Gods, but when I do it, it probably will be like this. I'll let you look at Tom Scioli's channel if you want to play by play. I'll just show you the pretty pictures. Because I'm just not into the style. So he's very verbose actually. I don't know if you noticed in his writing just looking at the lettering, but he puts in a lot of words. So he wrote and penciled and edited these. So All right, so we got 3 issues to go. So, Mike Royer is his inker and doing the letters. So, like I said, one of the things is like, you know how he puts, I don't know, it just, it's where he spots the blacks, I guess, that I sort of have, I don't know, it just looks sloppy ish, or like, I don't know. It's very, it's very difficult because I also, like I said, art is subjective, and there are artists that I like that you would probably go, well, I love Bill Sienkiewicz. Absolutely love him. Um, I like those painter styles. How he lays. He's very very messy, but it looks so different though. It's really hard to say. I just you know try not to poo poo all over. It's just this Jack Kirby's just not my style, and not an artist who um to me is one that inspires me. I'm more of that 80s. Um, I'm a John Byrne, Walt Simonson, both inspired by Kirby. Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, Mark Silvestri. Um, those are the guys I grew up with. Um, I was born in the mid 70s, sort of when this came out. So I was born in the mid 70s, but the mid 80s is sort of the time that I grew up in. So when Dark Knight Returns came out, I was 12. So that's the stuff I sort of grew up with. Um, and John Byrne was doing Superman, and Walt Simonson was doing Thor. And there's all these artists from that era that I grew up with. But I remember when I first saw Bill Sienkiewicz with Frank Miller on that story with the Kingpin. The name escapes me right now. So I almost wanted to say Love and Thunder. I think it's Love and War. And that was so different. I remember Bill Sienkiewicz in the New Mutants. I was heavy into X-Men. I love John Romita Jr. His X-Men run, followed by his Daredevil run. Oh my. And you may go, well, John Romita Jr. isn't so much different from Jack Kirby, but, you know, like I said, subjective. So, but, I grew up in the 80s. I continued comics through the 90s. The 90s had some really bad comic books at that time because everybody wanted to be Rob Liefeld and Todd McFarlane. And instead of drawing to their strength, Marvel and DC forced everyone to draw like Jim Lee, like Todd McFarlane, like Rob Liefeld. Um, and that I think was the biggest issue with the mid 90s, is that when Image was created and everybody gravitated toward that art, DC and Marvel decided, hey, everybody draw like that, and it forced people who don't necessarily draw like that or feel comfortable with that become like, if you see Mike Deodato Jr. when he first came out, it was a lot different than his style now. But in that 90s era came artists like Chris Bacalo, or Bacalo, I guess. I don't know how you would pronounce his name. Um, See, look how weird this looks. And they both came out of the late 90s. You got Carlos uh, Pacheco, who started there. So artists started coming, Joe Madureira. Um, so, and I still like those. I like a lot of modern artists. So, here is our last issue here. So, here we go. So again, this is what I mean by everybody just looks stiff. Um, and I know that he's got everybody moving, and I understand. Um, so to me, they look stiff. To other people, it looks beautiful. I know that Tom Scully, um, he absolutely loves Jack Kirby. So, and nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I like a lot. I do like a lot. So I love John Buscema. I like his brother Sal Buscema. Um, they absolutely do beautiful work. Barry Windsor Smith, who sort of started in that '70s era. Neil Adams. So there's a lot of these artists. Um, I know Jack Kirby is from longer than most of them. Al Williamson. Um, so there's a lot of artists that I like. I just never connected with like I just never saw in Jack Kirby what a lot of other people see. So, like I said, I hope I don't get ratioed. Just, it's okay. Like I said, it's okay if you like them. This video is sort of for the people so that they can see it. I just tell you my perspective on it. Doesn't mean that you may see this and go, "Holy cow, this is just beautiful." Things like that. You may say, "What's this guy talking about?" So, it's okay. And so, here we go. So, this ends Jack Kirby's run on Captain America. So, hope you have enjoyed these videos that I've shared with you, where you at least get to look at his Captain America run. So like and subscribe, and thanks for listening. Goodbye.